Hi guys, welcome to Witches and Wine. I'm Silent as Stardust, your host for the evening. Our normal hostess, Lola, has undergone a medical procedure. She's fine, but she's going to kind of chill out and be in the audience today. Give her a chance to relax and recover.
Say hi, Lola.
Hi, Lola.
Before we get started with tonight's subject and our conversation, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the wine. For the first time on Witches and Wine, we have gone with a Pinot Noir. This is a Domaine Lubjac Pinot Noir out of the Willamette Valley in Oregon. Excellent bottle, about $20, most places where you can find it. Really nice dark cherry flavors and a little bit of raspberry. Very smooth, very elegant. Pairs wonderfully with your Thanksgiving dinner, your classic turkey or anything with salmon. So if you're looking for something for your Thanksgiving dinner, please check this out. I think you'll appreciate how nicely it drinks. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. Tonight's guest is our wonderful Coven mate, Isleen. And we're going to be talking about how we acquire names in the craft. Whether it's your magical name or your, in some cases, Coven-given name. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it away, because how many practicing names have you had through the years?
Actually, just the one.
Just the one?
Yeah, just the one. That's been sort of a fun tidbit. I've searched and searched and searched and searched, and nothing quite worked out. I had things that I toyed around with, but nothing stuck.
So how long did you have the name Isleen before you actually mentioned it? Because I know you kind of did it once you joined the Coven.
That's what I didn't. I was toying around with some different names and ideas, and I've done that throughout the years. And I was trying to come up with something because I knew that was going to be an official thing, and I had years, over 20 years of trying to come up with something, and nothing felt right. Until I was getting ready to dedicate, and we were watching a show, and one character that is in there for one episode's name is mentioned, and I was like, that's it.
Ding, ding, ding,
that's
ding,
it.
Like alarm bells and everything
yeah,
going off.
And it was so funny because I toyed around with so many different things. I toyed around with using Z, just the letter Z,
okay,
or Zeta, because I like Z, and I'm still not... I may add to my name, but I'm sticking with Isleen. That's it. That's it. I know, I thought about that. I thought about putting a Z in there, but it just doesn't, no.
Okay. Well.
Isleen, it has a better
I like
Isleen. Isleen.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when you're saying you're thinking about adding another name, are you talking about the concept of when you take the person you're dedicated to's name, or one more of your own name, or a combination of?
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Because I'm not 100% sure that Isleen is just completed. It may have like a second part to it, or a 3-part or something. I don't know. I have to figure that out, but for now it works just as it is.
I see. How I came across my name, Silenus, is I was doing a whole bunch of research on the god Pan. I'm a priest of Pan, like to work with Pan in many ways, and in researching it, I came across one of his son's names. I have changed the spelling slightly. His son's name was Silenos, but Silenos just didn't feel quite right. But when I pronounced it Silenus, it hit me that this is who I was, and this was my name going forward. And for me, I haven't practiced nearly as long as you have, so it's interesting that you just acquired your name and came across it when you joined our Coven, because mine was along the same path.
Mm-hmm.
I had been hanging around Wiccans and Pagans for a few years now, and never had any real, that's my name. Like, I would joke I'm Bud Greenbeard because I'm a big fan of cannabis, and I always have a beard, but it's definitely not green. So
we could change that.
Yeah. We could change that. Maybe next year, one of this Ostara festival or ritual or something. I could do a green beard for a couple days. That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, so I wanted that, but it didn't stick to me as my my true identity, who I was.
It's more of like because I've got my handle of Mad House Witch that I've used for forums, and I use that on Second Life. I've now changed my display name for the time being, but it's like you're okay with being called that, but it wasn't your magical name.
Yeah.
Like it was another alias, but it wasn't the one.
So, speaking about our magical names, I know in our tradition, in our coven, that we freely present our magical names.
Not always.
We do have in circle names that will be that we may not release to others, but in general, we're pretty comfortable with our magical names out in the public. And for a lot of people, that's taboo. You don't want anyone to know your true name unless they practice with you. What's your thoughts on this?
I can see why it was a secret in the times in the past. I think that the time has come to kind of move forward with that, and
is it the concept of accepting who you are and being proud of it and willing to represent it, or is it just there's no more reason for secrecy?
I think for me it goes more to the less reasons for secrecy, and I certainly respect people who desire to still maintain that secrecy in whatever capacity that it works for them, because some people have a name that they present in public and one that they just use in circle, and some just have one that they use for everything. And I think that it kind of comes down to just what everyone's comfortable with. But I think people using their circle name as a public name is sort of a way to reclaim a power in a way, even though I know that there are circles that would see it as giving it away.
Okay.
Because if you know someone's magical name, then you can have power over them.
And that's kind of what I was going with that question, because I have read in a handful of readings that when you give your magical name, it's just kind of the same concept of demon giving their name and speaking it, and you're giving power over the user. I look at it as the empowerment of, I know who I am, I'm proud of who I am, and I'm going to express who I am, and I want you to know who I am. But like you're saying, I do understand the concept of keeping stuff private, because there are things that with our magical names that we don't want others to know unless they appreciate our magical being.
My name, Lola Stardust, is not a magical name. Although I chose it when I dedicated to People of the Woods. But the name came to me way before that.
Okay.
And that was more of a alter ego kind of thing.
So, kind of your Ziggy Stardust, if you will?
Exactly.
Well,
they
have Stardust in the title.
Yeah. Well,
wonder where the influence came from.
where was the influence? So it was more of a an identity of me that I didn't reveal to people.
Okay.
And then when I decided to dedicate to the Coven, I decided to reveal that part of me. But in revealing that part of me, it became completely me. I don't, I've considered legally changing my name to Lola Stardust because it is so me. My real name is so not me anymore. Even though I honor it, and I have people that honor it and know me as that, and I will respect that, but it's just not me anymore. So my magical name, I use only with our Coven members and with ritual, because my quote-unquote dedicated name, or what people would see as a magical name, has become such a huge identity to me that I don't even consider it a magical name. So there's something I want to keep to myself, and that's why I have a name that only you guys know in Circle.
Yeah. So
it makes it special between us.
So, in saying that, because Lola Stardust is your identity, not your magical name any longer, it was at one point, that I have two different paths I want to talk about this. First, I want to talk about with the concept of lineage, how I took Stardust as my last name.
Yeah.
Now, for us, it's a little bit different because we are fans of Bowie so much.
Yeah.
That we have a little bit of lineage that we're totally along that path of Ziggy Stardust and could be offshoots and descendants of one of that alien race.
There's a separate religious
the Church of Bowie.
The Church of Bowie.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
there's a Church of Bowie that plays into the Stardust.
Yeah, well, but there's
Quote unquote lineage.
But there's also the lineage of
our
me,
coven.
me being dedicated to you.
Yes.
Even though you're my wife in normal
mundane
life, you're my high priestess and my partner in our Wiccan life, our religious life.
And you dedicated to me.
Yeah.
We had just a one-on-one dedication,
Yeah.
and so we felt that worked for us because it was almost like getting remarried or redoing our
vows.
commitment in the eyes of our deities.
A reconsecration.
Yeah,
of sorts.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I was.
But I don't expect any of the other coven members to take